So I don't think people would actually care to watch my See You Again parody of Tyler, the Creator, but it's been seen like millions of times now on YouTube and Instagram and TikTok. And over a year ago, I asked if you guys want to see the breakdown, and y'all said yes, and I ignored you. So here's the breakdown. So you'll see here that this is all in Adobe Audition. I think most people who do sound design, they like to do it with Premiere Pro or whatever video software they're doing. Audition does have a video feature, so you can align the sounds to the video, which is excellent because Audition has a great assortment of tools for this nitty-gritty audio editing. And then also about 75% of these sound effects are from Artlist. I do have an affiliate with them. If you guys want to go over there and snag yourself a nice deal, you can get 2 months free with artlist.io. Very high quality sound effects. So first with the ambience, I have this one, which is from Artlist. And I have it playing again here. And then on the ambience on this part, when he's looking out through the bay window, I have this airy like machine engine hum. And then I also have this one, which is for the water that's like splashing against the boat. And then for more of the ship ambience, I have this one, which is a custom sound that I made with like a compilation of 4 different sound effects for a video game that I did years ago. And then I had this wind sound here. So this is what all the ambiences sound together. And then for the ambience of this shot with Kaliuchi's out in the water, I had these waves here. And then I had this little sound for the boat, just like have some sort of splashing against it. You know, you need more than just the waves. And this is also from Artlist. It worked out perfectly. All right, so that's all for the ambient sounds in these scenes. So now here's the fun part is for this guy right here doing the push-ups, I recorded my own grunts. I went like something like that. Now here's the thing with a lot of people that do without music parodies is that they don't work with the reverb to match the room. So the way I'm speaking right now, the way you hear me right now, I sound like I'm in a bedroom because I am. And that's because of the size of the room. The walls are very flat. Whereas if I were in a cathedral, which is massive, and there's all these random little caverns that the noises can bounce off of and work through, it's going to sound different. So although I recorded on a nice quality microphone, I edit the reverb to sound like it's this room. Now here's the thing that I usually can't get from Artlist or any other sound effects site is the sound of their clothes. And not just because of the material of their clothes, but also the movement of their clothes. So this guy doing push-ups right here, I got a jacket and I kind of rubbed it together very softly and slowly to match the movement of his push-ups. Probably something like my puffer jacket here. And then when he gets up, I obviously have to add the sound of his feet moving, his body moving up. And I did the vocals here for A$AP Rocky. And I don't know if anybody could even hear it in the original, but this is what I say.
That's what she said.
I think I was going through an Office phase, so I just wanted to say that's what she said. And then you can also hear that I added a reverb to match the room once again to kind of sound like a bathroom. And then of course I have some very like light water drip sounds. Almost sounds like a shower, but it's not quite as heavy. And then I have this sound, which is running on some sort of like thin metal. It sounds very rustic and... And then also this sound happened to have just the right movement in it to match the movements of what Tyler, the Creator, was doing with like splashing the water off his hands. And then when A$AP Rocky moves while he's on the phone, I have sounds for his feet scuffling. Honestly, it's not the most accurate, but when people hear it, they just believe it. It's not that far off, so people will be startled by that or confused by it. And then right here, Tyler, the Creator, like rubs his face, so I wanted the sound of that, and I couldn't find it on Artlist, so I recorded my own. I think I just like rubbed my hands together like that, and that matches the movement of his face. And then this shot was people's favorites. I kept getting so many comments about this. I got a bowl and I recorded the bowl itself like with the spoon, so this is one of them that I recorded. And then, of course, I needed to get the movement of this guy standing up with his clothes, so I recorded that as well with my own jacket. And then I got the footsteps from Artlist as well. And here's the part that everybody keeps commenting about, which is the "help, my bagel's on fire" guy in the background.
Help, my bagel's on fire!
So to add to that, I added this fire alarm sound because the guy burnt his bagel. And then I have the sound of the fire extinguisher in the background as well. And then right here is like the simplest shot of it all. I had to record the movement of his jumpsuit here. And then I got the recording of his footsteps and the zipper from Artlist. And then this fun sound of the port window opening. It was just like a metal trapdoor, I think also from Artlist. Now this was super fun because obviously since there's a window in between us, the viewer, and Tyler, the creator, we wouldn't hear his voice super clearly and crisp. So what I did is I used a parametric equalizer and I cut off a lot of the highs and mid frequencies of his voice. That way it sounds all muffled like this. 20/20, 20/20 vision. Cupid hit me with precision. And then as the camera pans away, he gets quieter, just to keep it realistic. I said I'm sick of chasing. You're the one that's always running through my daydreams. And then it goes completely to silence and he gets overtaken by the actual sound effects. So I don't remember where I got this sound effect of a ship horn, but first of all, I love the sound of ship horns, but it had such a good, like, giant echo across a whole ocean sound. Oh, that's beautiful. I don't remember if I even added the echo to that. I think it was part of the sound effect, and I heard it and I was like, I need to use this. And then for the camera movement, I have this really big whoosh right here, which honestly, it sounds a little metallic. Now I probably would have used something different, but too late. And then I have, of course, the vocals of Kaliuchi's, which is me, and I spent a lot of time working on the reverb to make it sound like she's out in the middle of nowhere across this giant plain of water. It's a very special sound, especially if she's singing loud, you know? It's a really hard reverb to try to emulate.
Can I get a kiss? Can you make it last forever?
You might hear that the echo kind of goes around your head, which is exactly what I was looking for because she's just in this middle of nowhere ocean, right? And then, of course, I just whispered some ad-libs for these guys here.
I said I'm about to go to war.
Someone told her to shut up.
And I don't know if I'ma see you again. Can I get a kiss? Can you make it last forever?
I found these perfect boat sounds on Artlist for when they're getting up and moving on the boat. And then, of course, I have the splashes for when they fall in the water. So all of that work took about 5 hours to do, and it's only about a minute. And also I've got a Discord server for sound editing and sound designers, so join that now. And that's in the description. I've taught myself from watching other YouTube videos, so I want to make this video to help others who are trying to get better at sound editing. This is the first breakdown video I've done. I know you guys also really like my What's Your Name parody by Tyler, the Creator.
Oh, you look malnourished.
If I could find the project file, let me know if you guys want to see that breakdown too. All right, bye.